What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here. And today we're going to take a look at, is it different this time in term of crypto cycle? So it seems like a lot of people believe that the traditional crypto cycle, which is every 4 years, is no longer a thing and it's all different this time. Remember in 2021, everyone was saying it was different this time and it was exactly the same. So now we're in 2025, 4 years later, to see if it is different this time. And honestly, I don't see anything different at all. There are a couple things different, but like when it comes to the actual market, it is exactly the same and doing exactly what it should be. But, we're going to take a look at things on how I always look at it and what's going on. First off is, right now we've been seeing Bitcoin fall down and, collapsing ever since its all-time high in October, which was where it was supposed to be. But now we're seeing posts everywhere like this one, like Cointelegraph, obviously, they're a legit article writing place here, magazine, whatever, online thing. But they write a lot of articles, I read a lot of them, and like they're a legit thing. But they're saying bullish here. CZ, who recently got pardoned out of jail, and remember Binance also just pulled a Luna where whatever their coin was there, stable coins depegged or whatever happened over there with Binance, it happened. And, ultimately long term, there may be things happening there, but we don't know what's going to happen. Regardless, point here is CZ says crypto could enter a super cycle by 2026, driven by U.S. politics, Fed easing, and institutional adoption. Now, this is all coming into, it's different this time. We got all the institutions and we got ETFs, we got all this stuff. But, by traditional cycles, 2026, the end of it there is most likely the bottom of Bitcoin. But is it different this time? By all means, I hope it is different. I hope crypto does hit a super cycle next year, maybe is the year, and it explodes. But based on traditional cycles, that's not going to happen. Why I kind of still think that is. We'll look at that in a minute. It's not going to take very long. Scrolling down just a few more here, we can see Eric Trump says Bitcoin and crypto are about to go parabolic. So yeah, maybe parabolic down like it's supposed to. But again, I have no idea. Obviously, when we read into this, we're thinking it's going to go insanely high and explode. Well, he's not wrong, because in 2029, it will go up. So we have no idea. But like just scrolling through here, we see tons and tons of just crypto is going to pump all over the place and things like that. So here we have Congress just urged the SEC to allow Bitcoin in 401ks immediately, trillions incoming. Like it is all over the place in terms of, the pump. These, and usually when you see, like for any coin, say an altcoin pumps, and we see the spam messages all over the place. It's going higher, it's going higher, it's going to flip Bitcoin, it's the next best thing. And as soon as it starts dipping a little bit, everybody's gone and not even talking about it anymore. So we're kind of seeing the same thing right now, I think, as people are looking for exit liquidity. Obviously, Bitcoin has a crap ton of it, but we're just seeing that. And this is, like, to my mind, clear top signals. But again, I 100% hope I am wrong. Are you looking for ASIC miners, but just not sure who to trust? From most popular brands to best sellers to miners of the week and even deals of the moment, ASIC Mining Central has you covered to the cheapest prices out of any ASIC website, as well as import fees will be low with low tax with DDP or invoice, and code RABID will grant you an additional $50 off your order. Head on over to ASIC Mining Central today for all your ASIC mining needs. Links down in the description. Now back to our regular scheduled program. So one thing that is kind of different is obviously altcoins. But when I refer to the crypto cycle and crypto and stuff in general, I'm referring to Bitcoin, the main coin, the only coin that most people care about. People don't really care about altcoins other than us miners, because we're looking for some profits and stuff and proof of work coins and things like that. But usually when you talk about crypto, people are talking about Bitcoin, and that's still where I'm following in to the cycles. Now, when you look at altcoins, it is different this time, as we haven't really seen a real altcoin season. And usually in the past, we usually saw around 4 waves of altcoin season. One before Bitcoin pumps, like usually just before like the beginning of the year, depending on the 4-year cycle, one usually in the middle around summer, one towards the end of summer, and then the late bloomers that usually happen after Bitcoin does its peak. So we still have some hope from some altcoins that could possibly pump within the next month or two. But other than that, for the most part, most of these coins aren't doing anything. So it is different in terms of altcoins. But let's just take a look at Bitcoin and my view on the cycles and stuff. So if we come into all here, in theory, 2013 is a peak here for Bitcoin, where it went from like let's just jump back here really quick here, all the way back to 2013, and right in here area. So yeah, now we can kind of see that little blip is a lot bigger than what it was, but you can see Bitcoin went from $16 upwards to $1,000. That's pretty insane. That was pretty big jump here, but most people don't really count that. But in theory, that was obviously a bull run. Didn't last very long at all. And it's a tiny little blip on the radar here, but it did happen. But that was in 2013. And then we kind of go 4 years later, 2017 right here. And here we go. We have the next bull run. And this is the bull run that really sparked things off for crypto. As 2017, I remember working in a mod yard and stuff, and people are like, holy crap, 18,000, 19,000 Bitcoin. In Canada here is 25, 30,000 or something. I can't remember. But Bitcoin just exploded and people started talking about it here. But look at it. So 2017, December. So the pump happened. It peaked in December of 2017. And then 1 year from the peak was actually the bottom. 2018 in December was the bottom of Bitcoin. Now we have from the peak all-time high here at this point in 2017. 4 years later, 2021 comes around, and now we have November for a peak of Bitcoin. And guess what? 1 year from the all-time high, we had the bottom of Bitcoin. And you can see it happened 1 month sooner. So 4 years later and 1 month sooner. Now we're coming in 2025, which is 4 years later, and October peaked 1 month sooner. Right on par with exactly when it should have peaked. And now we can see that we have been falling. Now the super cycle, people are saying next year we should start, exploding. But based on history, if the cycles remain the same, October of 2026 should be Bitcoin's bottom. And then we start increasing for, again, the next 4 years for another all-time high in 2029. If it plays out 1 month sooner, then that peak should happen sometime around in September. Will that one play out? I don't know. But the point here is, it doesn't have to go by month or anything, but every 4 years still seems to do exactly what it should. Yes, we have more institutional money coming in. We have ETFs and everything. And I think that's what makes altcoins different, is this money is flowing into Bitcoin, not into crypto in general. It's all going into Bitcoin. So that's why we are seeing a little bit different this time, as altcoins are not exploding, as usually people will pull out, take profits, maybe they'll pump an altcoin, go into there, but it's all coming in and out through ETFs and stuff, and not directly into crypto potentially. Again, I don't 100% know how all that works, but with the rise of ETFs and stuff, we are seeing obviously more money and stuff flow into Bitcoin and not so much into the altcoins, which is making altcoin seasons a lot different than previously. But when it comes to the main market, to me, the cycles remain as strong as ever and is doing the exact same thing that it always does. I always say, stay away from the media, ignore the world. Who cares what the president's doing? Who cares what this guy's doing? Who cares what that guy's doing? If you just zoom out and look at 4 years, it's doing exactly the same thing it always does. You zoom right in and you start doing everything. Your brain gets overloaded, overworked, and you literally your brain explodes from all the crap that's going on in the world right now, because they're trying to distract you from everything else that's actually going on. But if you just relax, zoom out, and look at it, you can play the market to a T. So not financial advice, guys. Do whatever you guys want to do, but let me know your thoughts and opinions on, is the 4 year cycles broken? To me, it's still playing out to a T. So until I see otherwise, I will agree with it. But right now, I'm not seeing anything different of the cycles being broken at all when it comes to the main crypto market and Bitcoin. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.